The mighty, mighty Montreal hot dog. While the poutine may have captured our imaginations, this little guy is in competition with nobody for our hearts. As Montrealers, we all have memories of being taken to Montreal Pool Room, Dick Carey hot dog, La Fleur's, Belle Province, what have you. We've eaten millions of these things. Two guys decided to step up the city's game when it came to our hot dogs, and they created Chaud dogs, an artisanal hot dog company, where they only use ingredients that you can name. Believe it or not, it was in the kitchen of this Westmount culinary bookstore where owner Jonathan Chung teamed up with Mark Daigle to create the very first Chaud dog.
It was a great place to start and test it out and see if the hot dog thing could work out, and you know what? It worked out really well.
Since then, it's been full steam ahead, and now the Chaud dog food truck can be seen all over town, as well as at festivals and big events. So my plan is to take these new hot dog artists to sample what I believe is Montreal's quintessential guilty pleasure hot dog. But first, I'm going to take the plunge and see what goes into one of these guys' homemade dogs. When did man look at a pile of meat and then sheep's intestines and say, I'm gonna try and stuff this in there because I got this feeling that this is gonna be a good way to eat it?
The history of a hot dog is kind of like, there's a few stories.
People claim the hot dog's called a hot dog because there was dog.
When they were making their master recipe, they tasted it and they thought, you know what? We could use more dog. This thing is missing dog. It doesn't look like it, but this is essentially a hot dog.
But most of our hot dogs, they start off by using chuck, which comes from the shoulder, and pork shoulder. They're perfect for hot dogs. We have our seasonings right here. So the first thing that we're gonna be doing is blending together the meat and the spices and just mixing it until it essentially comes together.
Look at that stuff. I'm smelling it here. I can get a little, I'm getting a little whiff of something.
You know what's a good hot dog? When once you've eaten it and you burp, and you can taste the hot, you taste like a hot dog. That's when you know you've got a good hot dog. The ice is an important element to the hot dog as well, because in the blending process it keeps it cold, but it also incorporates water.
Right.
Which a hot dog has a certain amount of water content.
Okay, so what is this all about?
Well, we're checking the temperature of the meat. At this point, we want to get it to 4 degrees. That's when things really start to come together. If you're making it for the first time, chances are it's not going to work.
Kids, don't get discouraged if your first hot dog doesn't taste like a pack of hot dogs. Just keep on trying. And so these are not vanilla brownies.
Really nice and smooth.
What part is this?
These are sheep intestines. What we're gonna do is we're gonna thread the casings onto the feeder tube. This is essentially the skin that's gonna keep all that meat together. Just tie a knot at the end, and that's ready to go.
Okay.
Add the puree into the tube.
Look at that.
Yeah.
This is how hot dogs are born.
That's right.
I will never, ever look at a hot dog in the same way. So that's it?
All you have to do is really just take a string and tighten it.
And so that right there, that is a hot dog.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna take these lengths and we're gonna hang them in the fridge. And these are gonna dry up a little bit, because that is what gives a hot dog that rubbery texture when you bite into it.
This has been the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my entire life, which is to watch hot dogs get made and then stand here and just talk about these hot dogs without actually eating it. Why don't we go to one of my favorite hot dog places in Montreal? So let's hang these up and let's get out of there.
All right, cool.
It's all on Only in Montreal, so you can get whatever you want.
We're gonna get a number 2, number 3, and number 4. I'm hungry. Cheers.
It's a hot dog, whether they be bad or good.
Cut me loose.
Like many Montrealers, my love of the hot dog runs deep. And in this town, there is no shortage of outlets for this love. The newest one being the all-natural Chaud dog, created by Jonathan Chung and Mark Daigle. They've shown me theirs, now I'm gonna show them mine. This is my favorite hot dog, that is, the La Fleur dog. But not just at any La Fleur's, this is where it all began. The first one ever on La Fleur Boulevard, a Montreal institution since 1961. All right, boys. It's all on Only in Montreal, so you can get whatever you want.
Oh, that's a dangerous.
We have got
dangerous.
$35 here. I will have le numéro 1, le vapeur, Moutarde et choux, s'il vous plaît.
And we're gonna get a number 2, number 3, and number 4. I'm hungry.
$33.50.
$33.50. There we are. Boys, welcome to your future. This is it. Look at these bad boys. Oh, wow, fellas. You have outdone yourselves here.
Let's eat.
I just love hot dogs in general. The steamie to me is perfection when it comes to Casper dogs. That's a proper texture of a steamed bun right there. That's what it's supposed to look like. The inside of the Michigan, ladies and gentlemen.
I just had a hot dog burp.
It tastes like a hot dog.
It tastes like a hot dog.
Amazing. The Supreme was awesome. I really like the Supreme.
It was like a bacon and hot dog grilled cheese sandwich.
It really turns into like that grilled cheese bread.
I want more.
I love hot dogs, whether they be bad or good.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, there you go. Cheers.
To hot dogs, whether they be bad or good.